going to get to you in just 1 second, as soon as I'm done going through how Nearpod should look for you today. Then you would click to the next slide. There's a few students who I noticed did not do any underlining for this first activity. So if you see your name and it says awaiting drawing, or you see your name and it's blank, make sure that you go back and you fix it. Because if you leave it blank, you're going to get a 0 for this portion of the lesson. So make sure you go back and do not click submit until yours looks highlighted, until you have had the differences highlighted and the similarities highlighted. The next slide, you didn't have to do anything. It didn't have any directions to highlight similarities and differences. If you did, excellent job to you. That's extra credit. But you did not have to do any for the next couple slides. The only one where you had to identify the similarities and differences was on that first page. So Layla, for example, she highlighted some more similarities and differences, so she will be getting extra credit for this portion. Same thing with Sincere, which I know they're in different classes, but I'm just giving you an example. All right. After you finished to the very last page, once you made it to page 29, because you only had to read up until page 29, then I gave you a quick quiz to see if you could tell the difference between Josh and JB. I'm going to show you right now who our leaders are for this Nearpod quiz, or this Nearpod time to climb. So it will tell you our leaders for time to climb. So far, nobody has beat me, but it's still time. Nobody's beat my high score. Kendall came very, very close, but she's still in second place. So if you want to try to beat me, you're going to have to be fast, because I was quick with clicking these answers. So not only do you have to get the right answer, but you also have to click it quickly. The same way that you would get points in Kahoot. The faster you do it, the faster you get, or the more you get points. So Liam is in third place. Excellent job, Liam. Then we got Drew. And then Cecil from Sherald House. So those are our top 5 so far. Try to make sure that you end up here on the top 10. We got Zanaya in there. We got, I think that's the last one in Reynolds, who's in the top 10. All of the other students are either in Sherald House or Sotomayor. All right. So if you have not done this quiz yet, you need to, or you will, like I said, get a 0 for this portion of the lesson. The second to last thing you had to do was read the section of the crossover, where it explained what a crossover is, and then you had to select which basketball move would most closely resemble a crossover. Keith, please leave yourself on mute unless you have a question, in which case just click the raise hand button, and then okay, go ahead, Keith.
Excuse me, I came in late, so what I gotta do?
You said you came in late? Okay, as soon as I'm finished explaining the directions, I'm gonna come back to you and let you know how to get here, okay?
Okay.
For letting me know, Keith.
Okay.
Alright, so all you have to do is circle which move do you think is the crossover move based on the excerpt above. Then the very last thing you're gonna do, so click the arrow to go to the very last thing. My computer's frozen, there we go. The last thing that you need to do is answer the question, what are the best books you've ever read? You have to list 2 to 3 titles and explain why you think they are the best books. So if you look at Harlem's response, he said Harry Potter and the Hunger Games, and then he explained to me why Harry Potter is the best book he's ever read. So you need to give at least 2 to 5 titles and explain why. So if you see your name up here and it says no answer next to your name, you need to make sure you go back into Nearpod and you finish the assignment. Because right now, if you submit it and it says no answer, that means you're not getting any credit. So if you see your name up here and you see it where it says no answer next to your name, that means you need to finish the Nearpod because you're not done yet. All right, I'm going to pause right there and I'm going to go back so I can quickly explain to Keith how to get to the assignment. So Keith, if you go to classes, and then you click on this orange class that says Reading Reynolds. Keith, can you see my screen? Keith, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, great. So you're going to go to your Google Classroom page, and then you're going to click on the assignment that says Reading Reynolds. Let me know when you're there, okay? So click Google Classroom.
Where Google Classroom?
So go back to your Clever page. So at the bottom of your screen, you should see an option to click.
This way?
Not there. Keep going to the right a little bit more.
This?